Next up is Greenberg, and this stars Ben Stiller, one of a lot of people's favorite comedian, and he really grows up here in this Woody Allen-esque neuroticism, and I really love this movie. Ben Stiller gives his best performance by far of his career, and to say that right out the front. He plays Roger Greenberg, a generally unlikable person, very unpleasant, very hard to deal with, and you just want to shake your head at him sometimes, as he goes down to California at his brother's place. Now, the thing is that he just wants to do nothing for a while. He's just a guy who's just works constantly. It's just a, woe is me, my life sucks, but it's pretty much my fault, but I don't want to blame, I don't want to blame myself kind of thing. He's just not a very happy person. He's just down on life, down on himself in general. And yet, when he goes back to his hometown, you can see that a lot of people don't miss him. You can see that he's hardly his family cares about him, but they hardly have a lot of love for him. He's just not someone who's just easy to talk to, and he's very awkward. He's very just uneasy to deal with, and yet he has this sort of natural, charm to him, but yet he just doesn't seem to want to use it. The only one who sees that is his brother's assistant, played by Greta Garwig. Her name is Florence, and she delivers one of the most down-to-earth performances I've seen in years. And this is the type of girl who you just think you can approach in the street. It's not somebody like, say, I don't know, someone like Meg Ryan just playing, someone down to earth. Because really, Meg Ryan is Meg Ryan. She's going to look high maintenance. This woman, Greta Garwig, she is fantastic. I think she's a great actress on the rise. But what I gotta appreciate the work of Ben Stiller here. He plays Roger Greenberg as somebody we can understand, but not necessarily overly sympathize with. I don't think that was the goal of this movie of director Noah Baumbach. Noah Baumbach has done ambitious films like The Squid and the Whale before, and this is really ambitious in itself too. A lot of people have been mixed on this movie because they just feel it didn't tell the right story, that it wasn't likable. This movie is not meant to be likable. I accuse the movie Dan in Real Life of being somewhat mean-spirited, and Steve Carell's big dramatic turn. But that's the thing. What I realized after watching that movie a second time was that they're not trying to create an overly likable character. They're trying to create a human character that we can, understand. That, we don't hate, but we don't necessarily love either. We don't have much, endearing quality. But yet at the same time, we wouldn't mind seeing this poor guy have some happiness in his life. Now, I love the chemistry between Stiller and Garwig. It really works here. I think Ben Stiller has finally found his element in a partner here. Like, a lot of the movies Stiller's done in the past, he's just matched up with somebody it just does not go with. You've seen movies like Along Came Polly, which was funny, but I don't think him and Jennifer Aniston had that much chemistry. I think him and Malin Ackerman were just awful together in The Heartbreak Kid. Ben Stiller really has found his element here as an actor. This should do for him what Punch Drunk Love did for Adam Sandler, I would hope. Even though Stiller's done serious films in the past, but more so very early in his career before his true superstardom hit. Now, Greenberg is one of those films that it is an acquired taste. It's not going to be for typical Ben Stiller fans, kind of like Funny People last year wasn't for typical Adam Sandler or Seth Rogen fans. This film is really, really brooding and really, really just unforgiving at times, and it's aggressive. It tells an aggressive story about a guy who is just one of those guys you just don't really want to be around much. It's just someone you avoid at all costs sometimes. And the thing is, though, they're human too, and that's what I love what the story tells. I love the scene in the party, and the college-like party where he's just dressing down these younger people for what they are, and the great line where he says, "I'd hate to have to interview any of you in a job interview." I love that line. I love Stiller's delivery in this film. He doesn't go over the top at all because it's not necessary. I also like Rhys Ifans, who, of course, a lot of people remember from films such as Little Nicky or Notting Hill as the crazy skinny roommate. He's hilarious here too. I wouldn't say hilarious, but he's funny. He's smart, and I enjoy his character. He's one of the few old friends of Roger's that actually still will talk to him and give him the time of day. Greenberg is a sensational effort from both Stiller and Garwig. I say right now, Ben Stiller deserves an Oscar nomination. Greta Garwig deserves an Oscar nomination. I know it's still early in the year, and I've seen a lot of great performances so far, but in my opinion, Ben Stiller stands out above anybody else's this year. Right up there with Leo DiCaprio, I'd say in Shutter Island, just slightly above. So for all that, Greenberg gets 4.5 stars out of 5.